Hello y'all and welcome to Yakety Mag. So I did a thing. I went out and got myself a KastKing Zephyr BFS reel. We're about to open this up, take a first look at it. I'm going to give you my first impressions, and then we're going to rig it up, take it out to the water, and see how it does. Stay with me, y'all. All right, let's open this up and give it a look, guys. All right, this just arrived. It's kind of cool. I love getting new toys. I'm sure you all do as well. How's it? Well, I'd prefer not to tear the plastic, but it looks like I might have to. Now, there we go. Okay. All right, wow. You know, let me do something. Yeah, it sucks. It is what it is, though, right? Okay. Wow. So I knew the concept behind BFS was shallow spool, right? But I didn't realize just how shallow. See if you guys can see this. There is like very little room at all between the shadow, the spool and the body of the reel there. That is not what I was expecting. Wow. Okay. Over here on the side, we got our nice brake settings, and of course it's marked. That's nice, min max, because I can't stand it when manufacturers don't do that. Over here we've got our adjustment for the speed of the spool. Okay, and I like that as well. It's got like a little clicker and indicator on there. Let's see if you can hear that. So you can make some minor adjustments. You go 1 click, 2 click, whatever it might be. So I do like that as well. All right, let's loosen it up a little bit and see what kind of. All right, it's a nice looking reel. It really is. I mean, KastKing, look, they've been making some great products lately, and what made me choose the Zephyr is that, all right, I'm like, this is an experiment for me, so let's try this BFS thing. It's 60 bucks. That's not bad at all. And like I said, KastKing has really made some nice quality products and has made a name for themselves, that's for sure. It's got EVA here on the handle. I like the kind of the black and chrome orange, if you will, accents on there. It looks sharp without being like overly gaudy or cheap looking. And what do we got bearing wise? We're looking at 6+1. So you got 7 bearings, your 6, and then the 1 for reverse. So it is a nice looking reel. I'm still kind of in shock over that spool. It's like it's like all spool. So you're not going to put a ton of line on here, which I guess is kind of the point, right? So I'm going to rig this up. I'm going to rig it up identical. Those of you who have been watching, you know that I have been fishing some finesse lures with a Zebco Bullet, which is fantastic, by the way. I'm going to rig this up identical to the Bullet, and then we're going to get it out there and see how it does. I'm going to put it side by side and see what it can do. Let's go get this thing. Let's go get this thing wet, y'all. Okay guys, so I've got the KastKing Zephyr all rigged up and ready to go. It is on a 6'6" Daiwa medium light action rod, and I've got it spooled with 6-pound Suffix Advanced monofilament, and I've got a 32nd ounce weight with a little micro lure on there from Big Bite Baits. So here's how I've got it rigged up for y'all. And so we got a front coming through right now, and it's bringing in a fairly stiff north breeze. So I'm going to try this for the first time ever. I have not made a cast with this reel. Y'all are going to see it for the first time. I'm going to go with the wind at my back a little bit here. I don't know that these are going to be ideal conditions for testing out first ever BFS, but we're certainly going to give it a shot. All right, well, that went a little wayward. Good news is no backlash. I was trying to go straight out in front of me, and it went over this way a little bit. Same thing happened there. That tells me that my spool might be a little bit tight. We'll go 2 clicks. See what that does for it. And here goes that wind pushing me around. Little better, a little straighter for sure. I'm going to go 1 more click. And that is the result. Okay guys, what you are watching is my initial reaction, real-time reaction to using this reel for the very first time. I encourage you to keep watching. All right, so I've got the brakes set to max now, hopefully to avoid another backlash like that. Okay, so in terms of its casting distance, guys, I'm getting maybe somewhere between 10 and 15 yards. So not a ton of distance. Now, I do realize that I'm going to have to dial this in, but I was expecting a little better distance with that. I may have to switch up this 32nd ounce weight and go with a 16th ounce. I definitely think that's going to increase my distance and probably my accuracy as well. All right, so I've made the change from a 32nd ounce weight to a 16th ounce weight. So I'm actually going to tighten this down about 3 or 4 clicks on the spool because now I don't want too much overrun. The brakes are still set at max. And here we go. Okay. So I got probably, I don't know, 5 to 8 yards more on that particular cast. Okay, so after about maybe 45 minutes with this reel, I had it dialed in exactly where I wanted it. I kept loosening up the spool some. I kept the brakes set to maximum. And before long, guys, I was throwing darts. Check this out. All right, so I was throwing against the wind. I was throwing with the wind. I was throwing cross from the wind. And I'm telling you what, it was just dialed in. I could make every single cast that I needed to make. I even caught these 2 bluegill. How about that, man? You know, and look, that's not on the reel, right? I mean, anyone can go out and probably catch some bluegill in most given days, right? But the cast that I was able to make, I got so comfortable with this. It was as if I had been using this for a long time. So what are my final thoughts on BFS, specifically the KastKing Zephyr? If you are even considering this, do it. $60 reel. It was absolutely fantastic. I struggled at first. But man, what a lot of fun this was. And as far as backlashing goes, it was just that one. I think that was like my 3rd cast or something, and I got that backlash. But once I got it dialed in, there were no backlashes to speak of. Really a lot of fun. I cannot stress that enough. Very smooth, quiet reel, light. It ended up that, you know, I had said earlier that I would probably need like a light action. And maybe if I was going to throw a 32nd ounce, I would. But here's the thing. So if you followed my channel at all, you know that I have been fishing these micro lures with a Zebco Bullet, size 20. And if I'm throwing a 32nd ounce, I still prefer the Bullet. This needs a little bit more weight. If you're going 16 ounce or 16th ounce or higher, man, this is going to do everything that you need it to do. So honestly, if I'm comparing the ZFF, Zebco Finesse Fishing, with BFS, it really depends on how much weight that I'm going to be using. I'll be taking both reels with me, probably in the wind. I will probably go with a 16th ounce and thus use the KastKing Zephyr. If it's going to be a calm day, kind of bluebird skies or whatever, I will probably go with the 32nd ounce weight and use the Zebco Bullet. But I cannot recommend this reel enough. Fun, fun, fun is the word of the day. And look, I only caught 2 bluegill with it, but cannot wait to try it again. Again, the rod that I use this on with the 16th ounce weight is the Daiwa medium light fast action. Perfect pairing. Guys, I appreciate you watching. Thank you so much. Do me a favor if you would. Hype my video. Hype it. I don't know what it means, but hype it. Like it, subscribe, leave me a comment, and share if you are so inclined. And no matter what you've got going on in your life, I hope you'll always take some time to get outside and play. This is fun.